Hello! Welcome from the church office.
We are glad you're here. That's not it, is it?
It's close enough.
That was my second try at it.
That's a story for another day. We're going to keep that under wraps. It is the last day of school, last full day of school, all right?
Yeah.
We are here tomorrow, so as we're looking out, we've got the 8th graders finishing up practice. Their graduation is tomorrow.
That's tomorrow evening.
And then we've got the young kids who are watching a movie. Do you know what movie they're watching?
I heard Encanto.
What's that? I don't know.
It's like the Disney movie from just a few years ago.
Oh.
Pretty new Disney movie.
I guess that's a good sign.
I wasn't a huge fan.
The sign, they've learned everything there is to learn, apparently, right? We're done. There's nothing more to learn.
Well, either that or they have become unteachable. I mean, you get to a certain point as a kid in the school year, and it's like, I'm not learning anything else.
All right. Speaking of learning, we're going to talk about Vacation Bible School. Before we do, we want to talk a little bit about books. I have right here my latest Concordia commentary.
So this is a huge series of our own scholarly work in our church body. Yeah,
I thought it'd be fun to say to PJ, guess what book it is, because I don't know which one it is. To which he says to me,
I already know what it is.
Because
I've been reading it this week.
PJ's been reading it already.
Yep.
And so I'm gonna have to guess what it is.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And I remember you being excited about it.
Yep.
I do remember you basically
because it's great.
Which to me says it's definitely an Old Testament book.
It is an Old Testament book.
So I've got to think, and it's probably definitely in the Pentateuch. It's one of the first 5 books.
Yep.
I know Leviticus, I think, is out. Numbers is not out.
Leviticus is out because I've had to borrow Leviticus from you before.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah. I don't have Leviticus.
Don't think Genesis is out.
Definitely not yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I guessed Exodus.
Yeah.
Right. And that was a guess, and I was correct.
Exodus is correct. Yeah.
And PJ, when I say he's excited about Exodus 1 through 18, I'm not exaggerating.
No, it's really good. Like
what'd you call it?
This is a page turner. Yeah,
a page turner.
I opened it up for sermon prep, and then I couldn't. I kept going past, and I know I'm not preaching on this stuff anymore, but I got to just find out what he's saying about it.
And you haven't even gotten to the plagues yet. That's what he said to me. He said,
right.
This thing's awesome, and I haven't even gotten to the plagues yet.
Yeah,
that's a direct quote.
Oh yeah.
The other main book we want to tell you about is Promote the Prayer Walk. PJ, let the folks know how we're doing the prayer walk.
This little book is called Pray What You See, written by a fellow LCMS pastor. His name's Chris Pavla. We talked to him last week. We heard him speak, and that's where we got the idea for the prayer walk. So now our prayer walk, our Christ the King prayer walk, is officially kicked off, and this is where we are challenging the community of Christ the King to cover all of the city of Southgate in prayer in 30 days. So we're 5 days in, or 4 days in.
Yeah, we just started on Sunday.
And so now, considering it's only been 4 days, we actually have good progress up on the map. So the next time you walk by the map, check it out. Bring back in your routes if you've gone out there and walked them. And even if a route is already walked, that doesn't mean we can't hit it again. And we want to get the whole thing covered in the month, and I think we're going to do it. And it's fun. We've been hearing stories of people coming back and talking about what's happened out on their prayer walk and how they've been going about it, and that's been really neat to see.
And also, too, we have these little miniature figurines of Jesus.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Ones. So make sure you pick up one of those, because you can place it somewhere. Maybe
leave it on a bench or
here or there. Yeah. And this is a way of saying you want people to find it.
Yep.
And you want to look, and maybe they're looking for a sign from God, and that might be it.
Yep.
I know that Denise and I, we're going to go out on Friday.
Oh, nice.
And we're going to go to our old neighborhood.
Oh, cool. Okay, that'll be fun.
Right. And even if someone's walked it before, we're still going to walk ourselves.
Yeah. That'll actually be really fun because you probably haven't done that in a while.
I've not been
on, see what's
on the street,
different since the last time you walked through. And that'll be really fun.
There and, some of our neighbors, we remember them. We'll get a chance to, maybe we'll get a chance to say hello to them. So we're looking forward to that. And again, this is just a little thing. You don't need this book, but if you are wondering, well, what's this all about again? This will give you some ideas. Quick little read. It's there available in the bookstore.
Yeah.
All right. We want to talk about Vacation Bible School, all right, for the youngsters, which brings me, I don't know why people keep dropping off used books here, but somebody brought this one.
This is
Spotlight on Young Phenoms. This was a book that was in a pile of used books. And somebody thought, you know what? The folks at CTK could use this Spotlight on Young Phenoms from 1997.
Yep.
I'm going to read some of the names here. You tell me if you know who they are.
Okay.
Do you know this guy? This good looking.
I do know that is Jonathan Taylor Thomas, and he's in The Lion King, which is the greatest movie ever made.
I knew that you would know
Yeah.
that. He is the voice of young Simba.
Yeah.
I knew that one you would know.
I think there's probably, I think there's 3 voices,
Do you
maybe
know-
4 voices for Simba.
Yeah,
Because you get a speaking voice and you get a singing voice.
Oh, really?
And
they're different?
I don't think it's Jonathan Taylor Thomas doing that. He's not a professional singer, right? Maybe he is.
He's very talented. I don't know if he's as talented as these musicians. You know these 3 guys?
No, I don't.
You don't know who that is?
No.
Recognize that name?
Oh, that's Hanson. Okay. You asked me if I knew who Hanson was, and I do know who Hanson is, but obviously not well enough to recognize him by their picture.
Which I'm very happy about. Which, frankly, I'm very relieved. Actually,
I recognize the name.
Would you
Hanson.
recognize them if they're full like with that?
Nope.
Yeah.
Wow, they were that young.
Yeah, look how young they
together.
Are. Yeah, we're talking
like a little kid.
Yeah, he's like 14, 16, 17.
Wow,
as well.
That's impressive.
Well,
maybe it's impressive. I can't name you a song. I don't know what it sounds.
Yeah, you remember Mbop? Mbop.
Is that their song?
That's all I know about it. But yeah,
no.
You didn't know that Taylor is the shy one, the one who loves to read and draw. You didn't know that?
What does that say? Tay is?
That's his nickname. His real name's
Taylor.
But
Tay. Tay is.
Yeah,
okay.
That's what they are. Ike, he's the responsible one, but with a goofy
registering
side.
is
you didn't know that one?
for me when I looked at him. Why they were?
You know this guy, that guy right there.
Tiger Woods.
Damn,
That's Tiger Woods.
1997.
Well, he looks the same as he did when he was.
Yeah, that's him. It's right 18. After he won the. That's probably why they wrote this. Do you know who this guy is right there? All right.
Okay. Show the
that
people
guy right there. Who is that?
I have never seen that. Oh, well, okay. Now I see it says Prince William there, but no, I've never seen that person before.
He looks like a young Beatle, right there in that one.
Well, that makes sense.
Future
right?
King of England, there, PJ. Future King of England. I know that we had our problems.
Charles.
Well, Charles now.
He's still the future king. We're saying.
I think so. I think so.
He's in the line
I think
of
he's
succession.
next in line. Yeah, and I know we've had our problems with the King of England in the past, but I think we've
as a nation.
As a nation, yeah. Not us personally.
Yeah, I've never had a. I wasn't sure if you were thinking, if we were talking church history or.
And finally, I forgot this one too. Let's see if you recognize this person here, PJ. Now you're a musical person.
Yeah, I like music, but my musical.
Do you recognize this
very
person
narrow.
right there, Bam? Do you know who that is?
Nope.
Boom. Let's see if you're watching at home. Do you know who that is?
Is it the same person on both pages here?
Yeah, same person there.
As that too. Okay.
Yeah. Leanne Rhymes.
This looks like 2 different people.
Yeah, I think that's her. Maybe
much younger, maybe
a little bit. So Leanne Rhymes. Here's our connection. CTK's connection to Leanne Rhymes.
We have a connection to Leanne Rhymes.
She was once in this building attending a wedding. I think she was dating one of the groomsmen.
Uh-huh.
His name was Dean. If I remember, I don't know why I remember these details. Dean was a dancer. And I remember I was working with the group up front, and there was kind of a commotion in the back, like someone getting recognized. And I said to the gang, I said, "Hey, what's going on back there?" And Dean says, somebody probably recognized Leanne. I'm like, what? And so there's a big guy back there, like doing bodyguard type things. There's nothing dangerous. They're just like, hey, whatever.
Yeah.
I said, what? There's no Leanne Rhymes? Like it's surprised that I didn't know who she was. I did not know who she was, but
that would have been at the height of her fame, probably.
Maybe, I don't know. She wasn't Tiger Woods. I would have known who Tiger Woods was, but I didn't.
Yeah.
Tara Lipinski was in there as well. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
I seem to think Tara Lipinski had a connection to Michigan somehow.
Did she have a TV show, Leanne Rhymes?
Am
I thinking of the wrong person, wrong country singer?
A lot of times you get mixed up with Reba.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, I got those mixed up. Okay.
Yeah.
2 different people.
That's right.
So
anyway, Leanne Rhymes was in the building.
In this building.
In this building. And you know what the funny thing was? Somebody else sang at the wedding.
Not
Leanne Rhymes. So can you imagine that poor girl trying to sing
that's
whatever at the wedding?
Yeah.
Yes. Well, so that's when they were young phenoms, which brings me to Vacation Bible School.
Yes.
June 16th through the 20th. There it is on the back.
Yeah. Yep. Couple weeks away.
I've got 9 a.m. till 11 with a question mark. I can't remember when it ends, but I know it's a morning thing.
Honestly, I'm not confident that either one of those times is precisely correct.
They're not either.
I'm not sure.
All right, then fine. Let's just say a.m. It's in the morning. It's before lunch. After breakfast, before lunch. That's kind of when that is.
Yeah.
But it does start Monday, June 16th through the Friday.
Yeah.
And I thought to promote it, we talk about our experience with Vacation Bible School when we were kids.
Yeah.
And because kids remember this.
Yep.
I remember VBS when I was a kid. crafts. We did. Are you familiar with the God's Eye craft?
No.
Jessica hopefully will be able to find a picture of this. The God's
Okay.
Eye craft was basically you took 2 dowels,
Yep.
rods, and then you started to wrap them with yarn
Okay.
in a circle. So basically you take then one of these basically, and you'd go boom, boom, and then yarn it around like that. And so that's one color.
So it would
and
connect them together?
Yeah, connect them together. Yeah, you end up creating then basically, a design with the yarn, which is like a baseball diamond with the pitcher's mound in the middle. And then
so eventually the yarn covers the whole thing?
Eventually the yarn covers
the
whole thing.
And it's just a craft. It doesn't.
It's a craft.
It's not like to do anything with it.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, you use a fan maybe.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I was thinking like to put a hot pot on, something like that.
Oh, I guess you could. Yes.
Whatever that's called.
Yes.
Trivet. Is that right? That's the right word?
That's exactly what it's called. What else did we do? Oh, decoupage. That was my favorite.
Decoupage. That's a very exotic sounding word.
Oh yeah. All
I don't know what.
You took a piece of wood.
Yep.
You took a picture, like a picture of Jesus. You would then singe the edges with an open flame.
Who?
8 and 9-year-olds, basically blowing it out. You'd put that on there, and then you'd cover it with glue, flammable glue with an open flame. They had so much trust in us as 8 and 9-year-olds, and you'd end up creating. Basically, you turn it over, and then you tack on your picture hanger on the back with your little hammer and nails. Boom, you're good to go. You've got your picture of Jesus, the classic, 70s picture of Jesus then in decoupage.
As far as I know, that's not the type of craft that'll be happening here for
no
VBS.
Open flames. We will not have hazardous materials. Yes, the children will not be playing with hammers and nails. No, that was for.
But that sounds awesome.
Farming country, Groton, South Dakota, because your 8 and 9-year-olds are driving tractors. Right there, so of course we can do that.
Well,
the other thing.
And what did you need to hang in your tractor? But a decoupage picture of Jesus.
Picture of Jesus.
Burnt edges.
With the singed edges, exactly, because that made it. That set it off. And then finally, the praying hands. Have you seen the plaster praying hands?
Yeah.
I wondered why that was such a big deal, and then I figured out why. Because we would make then the plaster mold, basically plastic. You pour the plaster in, wait for it to dry, take it out, and then...
This was another VBS craft.
A VBS craft, but my class of 10 to 12 were all doing this along basically a row. And then it hit me, what's happening? The church is giving these out to visitors.
Okay.
So we're not making VBS crafts, we're making products as 8 and 9-year-olds.
You're developing.
And it hit me at this point when I'm watching my entire class make these, like we're child labor. We need to unionize.
So were these much like our little Jesus figurines?
No, they're like big. They're like this size. Imagine this.
Oh, they're big.
Actual size, PJ. Actual size. Yeah. I asked Jess if she could find one. Hopefully, there's a picture over one of our shoulders.
I was picturing a miniature,
actual size. Basically, handing them out to people. Yeah, and when you're a kid, a pastor's kid, people ask you, "Are you going to be a pastor like your dad when you grow up?"
Yeah.
And this was about the age when I started to say, "I don't feel like running the sweatshop."
Were you mixing up this plaster and everything, breathing in that plaster dust? And
I'm sure we had masks. I'm sure we had the N95 masks.
Safety equipment.
Of course we were. Just wait till they asked us to weld something. We were talking about Scott Jordan welding stuff. Yeah. Hey kids, let's go over here. What's our craft today? All right, we're gonna weld this angle beam on right over here.
We're shingling the roof.
we're tarring the parking lot. That's what I'm waiting for. All right. Your kids will not be doing that, but they will be making memories. That's the thing. Because you said you didn't remember crafts.
I can't remember any of the crafts, but I do remember a bunch of the stuff.
But you remember a lot of stuff, though, right?
Yeah, I loved playing kickball as a kid, and we did kickball during VBS. I loved the music part as a kid. In the sanctuary here, I remember that very fondly. We had drama as a kid. I remember the. So yeah, I mean, I just can't remember any of the crafts. I remember the snack though.
Yeah. And that's what we've got. We got the 5 stations. They go from music to crafts to snack to recreation, and then the lesson.
Yeah,
that's what's kind of neat is they don't sit in one place. They're active. They're moving around the whole time, and it's a great opportunity for the theme is creation. So the kids are going to learn about creation. I'm sure the crafts will be along that way. We got a ton of snacks from it. It's a lot of fun. We love it because it can get kind of quiet here.
Oh yeah, in the summer,
and
yeah,
we PJ and I, if you haven't learned this much about us, so we kind of like chaos.
for sure.
We like
Yeah.
things just a little bit
Yeah,
crazy. That's fine with us. And Vacation Bible School is a ton of fun. I know that you're involved a lot with the music side of things.
Yeah, I like to play with the VBS
Yeah.
band. Yeah, that's
And
my
Jess
jam.
is working on some opening stuff.
Yeah,
Who knows
she's
what?
so creative with that stuff. She
I
comes up
know.
with great
Yeah, I
stuff.
can't wait to see what she has in
Yeah.
mind for us.
Yep.
She basically just gives us an idea, and we just
Yep.
kind of run with it with the opening and the closing. And again, so pray that the Lord gives us some nice weather.
Yeah.
If you can help us out by bringing some snacks, look in the bulletin. That would be
I wonder
great.
if they're creation themed snacks.
Oh, what would you have?
Well, goldfish would be
first thing that came to
so that's
mind.
day 4.
Day 4.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah. That's not day 4. It's day 5.
6.
4 is sun, moon, and stars.
I think it might be 5.
Yeah.
Well, apparently we need to go.
5 is birds.
Apparently we need to go to class.
Yeah. We're gonna go
it
to
looks
the
like
lesson.
we need to go to the lesson.
Yeah.
Which is
what else could be there though for creation themed snacks? Anything else?
Chicken wings.
Sunny D.
Sunny D.
Sunny Delight
Yes.
for
That's
day 1.
That's day 3. Sun, moon, and stars.
Oh, sun, moon, and stars.
3.
I was thinking light, but yeah, sun, moon, and
Yes,
stars.
exactly. Yeah, we got chicken wings on day 4.
Chicken wings.
We just got wings.
We'll just give them a coupon for 7-Eleven.
We got steaks.
Yeah.
Yes. We grilled up steaks. No, it'll be a lot of fun. But the point is, the kids they make memories, and so hopefully you're able to. If your kids can make it, that'd be great. If you can help out, that'd be great too. Thursday evening worship during the summer. If you're gone for the weekend, you can still get a chance to go to church on Thursday night, 7:00 here at the Trenton Road location. Look for a lot of fun activities out there at the Pennsylvania Road location.
Yep.
Chance is putting together a lot of fun stuff, a lot of camps for the kids.
Yep.
Right. So look for your kids and maybe get involved in some of our sports camps over the summer. And the Mud Hens game is the 29th.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot. That's gonna be a fun,
29th,
family fun activity.
Faith Fest is what it's called.
Yep.
And so we'll get to go hear the chaplain speak. I think kind of a thing. It'd be really fun to go down there as a group and watch that game.
Yep.
June 13th. There is a deadline though. All we need is your email and your name, and the tickets are digital.
Oh, okay.
They
yeah.
Them to you, so that's all I did. I signed Denise and I up, email, name, boom, gave him the whatever it was, $13 a ticket.
Yep.
That covers some food too, right? It's a hot dog or something like that.
I don't know, but that would be.
If not, there's something going on. I guess
bring some creation themed snacks with you. Well, you know what? I'm not gonna ballpark dog though.
Bring some goldfish.
I don't know where that fits into creation, but I'm gonna enjoy it during the baseball game.
When God made it, He looked at it and said, "It is good." I know that. Okay, I think that's all we have for now. We've got to run. A lot of stuff going on here on our last week of school. We look forward to seeing you in church this weekend. And goodbye from the church office.